finished Marvel Spider-Man 2, and here are some must-need characters and stories for DLCs that we need in the game. So let's not beat around the bush, let's get straight into it. This video will contain spoilers for Marvel Spider-Man 2, so if you have not played or watched or whatever with the game, and you don't want to hear any spoilers, then click off now. But hopefully all of you understood that before even clicking on this video, so let's get straight to it. The first DLC that I would love to see in this game, which is going to be the one that we're probably going to get, is going to be the Carnage DLC. Now we all know that obviously Carnage is most likely going to be one of the DLCs for this game, because Cletus Cassidy did appear at the end of one of the side quests in Marvel Spider-Man 2. And not only did he appear, it was revealed that he actually did in fact steal a symbiote from Oscorp. And this symbiote supposedly is going to be the Carnage symbiote, which means that in a DLC we are going to see Carnage. Now some people have theorized that this is going to be a story left for Marvel Spider-Man 3, as Carnage is a pretty big character. And I do agree to some extent, because I do think that Carnage is one of those Spider-Man characters that is so big and has so much potential that it is kind of wasting him using him as a DLC character. However, I do understand that they do have multiple plot threads for Marvel Spider-Man 3 already set up from the end of Marvel Spider-Man 2, including the likes of Green Goblin with Norman Osborn. We've got a new Dr. Octavius storyline coming up, so there definitely won't be much room for any other villains like Carnage to get the screen time that they deserve. So more than likely we're going to be getting a more extended DLC with Carnage instead, which I'm all for, because I really want to see what Insomniac do with Carnage. After seeing what Scream was like in Marvel Spider-Man 2, Carnage is gonna go hard. Either way, that is the most obvious one that I've gotten out the way. Here are 4 more options that we could potentially see for DLCs in Marvel Spider-Man 2. The second one, and my personal favorite, is going to be a Venom DLC. Now, the way that they work this, I don't really know, but all I want is Venom to be playable again, because that was by far one of the best parts of Marvel Spider-Man 2. I loved playing as Venom. Please, Insomniac, give us that again. Like I said before, I don't really know how this would actually work. Would we potentially play a flashback during Marvel Spider-Man 2 where we play as Venom during the time in which Peter and Miles are trying to track him down? Who knows? There definitely is potential for a Venom DLC, and also with all the rumors suggesting that we may be getting a Venom game at some point from Insomniac, then there definitely is room for Venom to be playable again. We've also got to note that Insomniac have said that they're going to listen to the fans for what they want in their future installments. And Venom being playable has been one of those things that has been shouted across social media so many times, and it's been one of those things that fans want to see happen again. But either way, I just want Venom to be playable again. Moving away from symbiotes, my third option is a Doctor Strange DLC. Now this sounds quite weird because this is a Spider-Man game, right? But if you do remember back to the game with the Black Cat mission where she is jumping through Doctor Strange-like portals, and then obviously Wong thanks Miles Morales for returning the artifact. Even though that we already knew that the Sanctum Sanctorum already exists, this also does confirm that other sorcerers like Wong and Doctor Strange most likely exist all in this universe, which means potentially we could get a DLC exploring these characters. Maybe one of the artifacts goes missing again, maybe something else happens, and maybe Doctor Strange and Wong actually have to show up to help Spider-Man defeat whoever is behind everything. I don't know. Either way, I think it'd be cool to introduce other Marvel characters into the Spider-Man game through a DLC, and obviously you can't do it through the main story, because the main story has to be mainly focused on Peter and Miles and Spider-Man's side characters. You don't want to take any attention away from the main characters in the story, and that's also probably why I think they didn't show Doctor Strange and Wong in Spider-Man 2, because I think, you know, they had a lot of characters already on their hands. They probably didn't want to have to handle that side of the Marvel universe as well. But they definitely could do it in a DLC, and since we know that Wolverine most likely takes place in the same universe as the Marvel Spider-Man games, it would be cool to start seeing some integration and some connectivity between different characters in this universe. So a Doctor Strange DLC would be really cool, and it's already been set up, so why not do it? My fourth option for a DLC is a Spiderverse DLC. Now this one won't be that popular with the fans, but I still think it could be a possibility that it could actually happen. We do now know that if you collect all the Spider-Bots throughout the city during the game, you will get a cutscene with Delilah who will tell you basically don't break the multiverse and don't let Miguel find out. Although in my personal opinion, I kinda do wish that they kept these two things separate. I do wish Insomniac's Spider-Man was kind of its own thing. I do admit that I think it could be a cool opportunity to potentially do a Spider-Verse DLC. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be anything big, and it probably would just be a crossover between Spider People, potentially different versions of Peter Parker, or if they wanted to go all out, potentially different versions of Spider-Man altogether, like Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, and potentially other Spider characters that aren't going to show up in future games. Either way, this could be a really cool opportunity for Insomniac to really play around with other Spider characters that we definitely aren't going to see in this universe. We know that we're going to be able to play as Cindy Moon, aka Silk, in the third game or a spin-off game in the future, so the chances are if they do a Spider-Verse DLC, Silk won't be one of those characters. But either way, I think it could be a cool chance to get to play as characters like 2099 Spider-Man and other characters like Spider-Man Noir and different versions of Spider-Man that we get to see throughout the multiverse. Either way, it's just a very loose idea, but the thread has been set up by the Spider-Bot quest, so it definitely could happen at some point down the line. Either way, my fifth and final choice is... Whoa, before we get into that, I just want to mention that I did forget a very important character. So in one of the side quests in Marvel Spider-Man 2, as we do know, we uncover that Chemeleon is in fact Kraven's brother. Now, this is going to lead possibly into one of the DLCs, and it's probably one of the most obvious choices for a DLC for Marvel Spider-Man 2. But I forgot about it, and I didn't mention it in this video, and I didn't realize until editing the video. So yeah, that is my, I guess you could say, 4.5th choice for a DLC, Chemeleon DLC. It'll be really cool, hopefully. But either way, on to my fifth choice. Either way, my fifth and final choice is a Wolverine DLC. Now, yes, this seems incredibly obvious since Insomniac are making a Wolverine game. I think it would be such a missed opportunity if they did not use one of Spider-Man 2's DLCs as a backdoor pilot to the Wolverine game. And yes, the Wolverine game is already getting made, but what would be a better introduction to the character than to include him in a DLC for Spider-Man 2? Not only could we get to see Wolverine as a character and hype us up for the Wolverine game in general, but we could also see how Wolverine interacts with Spider-Man in this universe and what kind of relationship they have with each other. And linking back to what I said about Doctor Strange once again, we'd also get to see how other heroes in this universe interact with Spider-Man and how they coexist together in this universe. Not only that, I think it would be a massive missed marketing opportunity for Insomniac Games, because obviously Wolverine is never going to be as popular as Spider-Man, especially since it is the first installment. Arguably, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is Insomniac's most popular game to date, and it would be a massive missed marketing opportunity if they were not to include Wolverine in a DLC, because not only would it get the fans used to the character that they are going to be exploring in a future game, but it would also help boost the marketing for the Wolverine game itself, because some Spider-Man fans aren't going to be buying the Wolverine game. It's just as simple as that. Wolverine is nowhere near as popular as a character as Spider-Man, especially since the Spider-Man franchise is now 3 games in. It's already built up its popularity, it's already built up its own set of fans. So why not throw Wolverine in this game and show him what he's all about? It'd be a massive missed marketing opportunity, and I will be really surprised if they don't do something Wolverine related in the DLC. Those are my 5 options for DLCs in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I want to know what all of you think in the comment section down below. Tell me what DLCs you want to see in this game. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more, and also make sure to hit the bell so you do not miss another video. Make sure to join the members page if you want to support me as a creator, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.